Hey booktube. Sorry you can hear a blower out there. This is the only time I can do this. I'm doing a review on The Girl Who Could Fly. I just finished this today. I found it at the thrift store for 69 cents. That's why it's all, I did not do all this. But I saw it and I thought it seemed very interesting, so I picked it up. And it's good. I gave it 4 out of 5. It is really good, but certain things she did was like, especially with the bad guy, how they, of course they beat them because it's a story, because I think it's a young adult, so of course, they win. The way that she did it was just, so, and then the ending wasn't an ending, and I realized after, this is one of 3. So there's a girl who could fly, the girl who fell from the sky, and the boy who knew everything. So now I have to have the other 2, but I only want to get them used, so someday I'll find them. But yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5. It is very good. I just happened upon it at the thrift store, and it looked very interesting. I like this cover better than the other ones. So there's like 3 different covers, I think, unless the other one's something totally different. There's like 3 different version covers of this, and I like this one the best. But since I don't know when I'm going to get the next book, I want to put this in a little free library so that somebody else can enjoy it. But it was very good. It's all in the point of view of Piper, the girl, and the front is exactly kind of how it is. It says it's a mix of Little House on the Prairie and X-Men, because it's about kids with powers that go to an institution, but where she lives is in the beginning, where she grows up is like in the middle of nowhere country area, and her parents are very religious, which I was surprised. There's a lot about God in the first few bit before she gets picked up. That's a lot like Little House on the Prairie. And then the X-Men. It was very good. I really liked it. Certain things could be changed. Not changed, but like could have been a little better, different. Especially like I said, the bad guy and how that kind of went about. It was like weird. But besides that, I think it's a very good book. Like I said, I really want to read the next 2, especially since this one ends, not an ending. It's like keeps going. But I'm happy, even though there's another part that they showed what happened to like the other kids, because they talk about what they want to do like with their lives, and it actually shows them doing things, which I like about that, because I was worried it wasn't going to show anything about the other people in here, and then you're going to question like, did they actually do it, did they, what happened, and it actually tells you. So I like how even though his next book after this, it still was kind of an ending. It just, there was no ending type of thing. Like, there could have been more to read. So that's why I think that goes in the second book. But there was an ending, as in what happened in this book, there was an end to it. So that's what I really liked about it. That's why I'm excited to read the next 2. I hope I find it used. As I found this one at a thrift store, but I go to thrift stores and I go to little free libraries, and they have a few of them near me. So someday I'll buy them. I'll get them. But until then, since I don't know how long that will be, and someday I may just give up and just buy them new. Who knows? But this will go into a little free library for some. So I'm 26 and I really like this. So it's for adults, for teenagers. I don't think it's really for like younger than that, because I guess at the beginning is a lot about, there's no like real violence. That's why it was weird with the bad guy. Like I feel like if it would make more sense if they had like a gun or something, but there's no anything like that in this. It's just at the beginning there's a lot about God, and about how like God didn't want this, and it's God's that, and God. It was very about God in the first few chapters, until she gets help from the school. So, for me, I wouldn't think that's more of a child thing, because it's really weird. But there's only one death in here, and it's so sad. I almost cried, and it's like the meaning, like tiniest death that there could be. But I got so sad. So, but it's nothing big. But yeah, there's only one thing, it's not a person, but one thing that dies in this story. So it's very young adultish, nothing like horrible happens, no drugs, no real fighting. It's all, she's in school, so it's all like bullying and stuff like that. Nothing horrible. Well, there is some torture, but nothing bad that has a bad ending. And it's a kid, it's a young adult, so there's always a good ending. So, but on Goodreads, I gave this a 4. And I believe it's a 4. And I said I would keep it, but I'm not going to reread it. even if I get the other ones, because then it takes too much time. So I'm going to put this in a little free library, but I do give this 4 out of 5 for finding it at a thrift store and not knowing anything about it beforehand. I got really lucky for 69 cents. I got very lucky with this. So I would recommend, if you like powers and stuff like that, it's a good book. It's everything's in her view. So some things are written weird because she's country, so she doesn't say things right. So even when she's not talking, it's the monologue type of thing. It talks like how she talks, so it's a little weird sometimes, but it's very good. I would recommend it for someone who likes these things as a teenager, an adult, anybody. So I hope you guys will try it out. Hopefully you guys can find it used like I did. Is I don't really care, especially since I'm not keeping it. I don't care that it's spent because it's exactly how it was when I bought it. It's hard to see, but it says 69 there for 69 cents. So I finished it today, so I'm going to the thrift stores with my grandmother tomorrow. Hopefully I can find a new book that's just as good, or I won't keep looking. But I highly recommend 4 out of 5. You should try it too. But thank you, BookTube, for watching. And I'll see you in the next time I have a book. I know I sound stupid probably, but goodbye.